Welcome to day 6 of our adventure in Peru. Today we travel from Arequipa to Puno, crossing the Andes through some of the most spectacular high-altitude landscapes we have seen so far. The road is long, the air becomes thinner, and every kilometer brings new views. As we left Arequipa, the road climbed gently through dry hills and wide open spaces. The morning light was soft, the colors were pale, and the landscape seemed to stretch in every direction. At around 3,885 meters, the landscape opened even more, and we could already feel that the air was getting thinner. The views were vast and empty, with only grass, rocks and mountains in the distance. Near 3,985 meters, the scenery became wide and quiet. Long straight road, yellow grass, and no towns in sight, just us and the Andes. At 4,027 meters, the mountains started to dominate the horizon. The colors were stronger and the air cooler. You could really sense the scale of the high plateau. Once we reached 4,430 meters, the altitude finally became noticeable. Breathing was different, and even standing up from the seat on the bus required a slow breath. It wasn't fatigue, just less oxygen in the air. Shortly after this point, we crossed the small settlement of Imata, a remote village on the plateau with a few scattered houses built low to protect against the wind and the cold. Only a few hundred people live here, mostly herding alpacas and llamas. Life at this altitude is simple and tough, but peaceful. Passing through Imata gives a glimpse of a community shaped entirely by the mountains. The road continued to climb. At 4,500 meters, the sensation of altitude was clear. Even a small movement like standing up to go to the bathroom required a pause to catch our breath. Outside, the view was breathtaking. Golden grasslands, empty plains, and the feeling of being very, very high. At the highest point of our journey, 4,515 meters, everything felt immense. The mountains, the sky and the silence. It truly felt like being on the top of the Andes. The shapes of the hills were smooth, the air was sharp, and the horizon had no limits. As we approached Puno, the road slowly descended and the light became warmer. The sky turned orange and pink, and the mountains glowed in the evening sun. It was a beautiful end of a long day on the road. In the next video we will explore Puno and Lake Titicaca, the highest navigable lake in the world, full of culture, history and incredible landscapes. See you soon! Goodbye!